The night was quiet in Lakeside, Wyoming. Stars shone brightly above the small town. Most people were asleep in their beds. William Carter checked on his children one last time before going to bed himself. His son Jack, 13 years old, slept, with his space model hanging above his bed. His daughter Emma, only 8, clutched her favorite stuffed rabbit. William smiled at the peaceful sight. "Both asleep?" Lisa Carter asked when her husband returned to their bedroom. "Out like lights," William said. He kissed his wife goodnight and turned off the lamp. The Carters did not know that this ordinary night would change everything. At exactly 2:17 a.m., a shadow fell over Lakeside. No one noticed at first. The massive shape blocked the stars as it moved silently through the night sky. It was larger than any aircraft built by humans. Its surface absorbed light instead of reflecting it. The first person to notice was old Mrs. Winters, who couldn't sleep and was looking out her window. She saw the stars disappear and thought her eyes were playing tricks. Then she saw the lights, strange blue beams shooting down from the dark shape above. One of these beams touched the Carter house. Inside Jack's room, the blue light came through the window. It moved across the floor like something alive. Jack opened his eyes just as the light reached his bed. He tried to scream but couldn't. His body felt frozen. The light surrounded him, lifting him gently from his bed. Through the wall, he could sense the same thing happening to Emma. All across town, 37 children between ages 5 and 14 floated upward in beams of blue light. They passed through solid ceilings and roofs as if these were not there. Up and up they went into the massive ship above. William woke suddenly. He felt something was wrong. The house was too quiet. "Lisa." He shook his wife awake. "Something's not right." They checked the children's rooms. Empty beds, open windows that had been closed. No sign of forced entry. No footprints. Nothing. "Jack! Emma!" William shouted, running through the house. Lisa called 911 with shaking hands. All across Lakeside, parents were making the same terrible discovery. Children gone without a trace. By morning, the small town was filled with police cars, news vans, and military vehicles. Colonel Diana Foster stepped out of a black SUV surveying the scene. This was the 5th town with the same pattern. She approached the Carter house where William and Lisa sat on their front porch, looking shell-shocked. "Mr. and Mrs. Carter, I'm Colonel Foster. I need to speak with you about what happened last night." "Our children are gone," Lisa said, her voice hollow. "Jack and Emma just vanished." "You're not alone," Colonel Foster said. 37 children disappeared from Lakeside last night. And it's not just happening here. William looked up sharply. "What do you mean?" "Similar incidents have been reported globally. Over 1,000 children worldwide vanished last night, all at exactly the same time." "How is that possible?" William asked. Before Colonel Foster could answer, her phone buzzed. Her face went pale as she read the message. "Turn on your TV," she said. "Any channel." William turned on the television. Every channel showed the same image, a creature unlike anything they had ever seen. It stood nearly 12 feet tall with 4 arms and a hard shell covering its body. Its head had large compound eyes that reflected light like black mirrors. "People of Earth," the creature spoke in perfect English. "I am Grievous. I have taken your offspring as specimens for my collection." Lisa gasped, clutching William's hand. "Do not be concerned for their well-being. They will be properly maintained. However, any attempt to retrieve them will result in their immediate termination." The alien shifted, revealing a glimpse of a massive chamber behind it. Hundreds of transparent cells filled the space. Inside each one, a child floated, apparently asleep. "Your militaries have already detected my vessel. Any aggressive action will be met with consequences beyond your comprehension. You have 72 hours to broadcast your unconditional surrender on all frequencies. If you comply, your species will continue under my guidance. If you refuse..." The alien made a strange clicking sound. "I will ensure chaos reigns on your world while I depart with your genetic legacy." The broadcast ended abruptly, returning to regular programming where Panicked news anchors tried to make sense of what had just happened. Colonel Foster's phone rang continuously. "I have to get back to headquarters," she said. "The president is calling an emergency meeting." "Take me with you," William said suddenly. "Excuse me?" "I was a military engineer before I retired. I specialized in spacecraft design. If that thing is hiding somewhere in our solar system, I might be able to help find it." Colonel Foster studied him for a moment. "What about your wife?" Lisa stood up, wiping tears from her face. "I'm coming too. I have medical training. If we find our children, they might need help." The colonel nodded. "We need all the help we can get. Follow me." As they drove toward the military base outside of town, William looked up at the morning sky. It seemed impossible that somewhere beyond that peaceful blue, a monster held their children hostage. On the alien ship, Jack Carter woke up floating in a transparent cell. His first thought was for his sister. "Emma," he called out, pressing his hands against the clear barrier. "Jack?" Emma's voice came through somehow, though he couldn't see her. "Where are we?" "I don't know, but we're going to be okay," he promised, hoping it wasn't a lie. Jack looked around at the vast chamber. Hundreds of cells like his stretched in all directions. In many of them he could see other children, some from Lakeside, others he didn't recognize. Some didn't even look human. A small girl in the cell next to his caught his attention. She looked almost human except for her silvery skin and completely black eyes. "Hello," she said, her voice somehow reaching his mind rather than his ears. "My name is Zara. You are new to the collection." "Collection?" Jack asked, finding he could respond the same way. "Grievous collects young ones from many worlds. You are not the first, and sadly you will not be the last. Our parents will come for us," Jack said firmly. Zara's expression showed both pity and hope. No species has ever succeeded in retrieving their young from Grievous. She paused. "But perhaps humans will be different. There is something about you that interests Grievous more than the others." "What do you mean?" "He usually takes only a few specimens from each world. From yours he has taken many. He watches you all constantly." Jack felt a chill. "Can we escape?" "The chambers cannot be broken from inside," Zara explained. "But perhaps—" She hesitated. "Perhaps we can help those who might come looking for us." "How?" "I can teach you to communicate with the others like we are doing now. Together, perhaps we can cause distractions." Jack nodded, a spark of determination replacing his fear. "Teach me." As William and Lisa raced toward an uncertain confrontation with an alien collector, their son began forming the first resistance aboard the ship. A silent rebellion of children who refused to be specimens in a cosmic zoo. The military base buzzed with activity. People in uniforms rushed back and forth between buildings. William and Lisa followed Colonel Foster into a large underground room filled with screens and maps. "This is our command center," Colonel Foster explained. "Every major government is watching the same information. We have 48 hours left before the aliens' deadline." On the main screen, experts analyzed the brief video message from Grievous. Another screen showed a blurry image of the massive alien ship, now hiding behind the moon. "Have they decided what to do?" William asked. Colonel Foster's face hardened. "Some want to surrender, others want to attack. Neither option saves the children." "There must be another way," Lisa said. A tall man with glasses approached them. "I'm Dr. Alan Murphy, Xenobiology Department. You must be the Carters." Colonel Foster nodded. "Dr. Murphy has been studying everything we know about the alien." "Which isn't much," Dr. Murphy admitted. "But I've noticed something interesting about the ship's energy field." He pointed to another screen showing data charts. "It has a pattern. Every 14 hours, a small maintenance hatch opens for about 40 seconds to release waste material." William leaned forward. "That could be our way in." "Exactly what I was thinking," said a new voice. A man with dark hair and a serious face joined them. "Sam Reeves, Special Forces. I specialize in hostage rescue." "And I'm Kate Lewis," said a Younger woman wearing glasses and typing rapidly on a laptop. I can hack into almost anything. Colonel Foster looked at the small group. I've selected each of you because you have skills we need. This mission is not authorized by any government. If we fail, no one will acknowledge we ever existed. What? About the deadline? Lisa asked. The world leaders will keep negotiating, buying us time. Meanwhile, we go after the children. When do we leave? William asked. The next window opens in 10 hours. We'll use a stealth shuttle. Sam began explaining the tactical approach while Kate worked on a way to track the children once they were aboard. Dr. Murphy prepared special equipment to navigate the alien environment. Lisa pulled Colonel Foster aside. I need to ask you something. Why us? Why are you letting us come on this mission? Colonel Foster's expression softened slightly. Because parents will fight harder than anyone else to save their children, and because William's engineering skills may keep us all alive up there. Meanwhile, aboard the alien ship, Jack had learned to expand his mental communication. He could now reach most of the human children and some of the alien ones. They formed a secret network, sharing information about the ship and their captor. Grievous checks the human section 3 times each day cycle, Zara told Jack mentally. He is most interested in your kind. Why? Jack asked. He believes humans have something special, a quality his own species lost long ago. Jack had been teaching the other children to cause small problems around the ship. They discovered they could affect some systems with their minds. When they focused together, they could dim lights or change room temperatures. It's not much, Jack told Emma, who floated in a cell he couldn't see. But it's something. I'm scared, Jack, Emma admitted. I know, but I promise we'll go home soon. Emma was quiet for a moment. Jack, I can feel something. Like a tiny voice, far away. It feels like... Mom, Jack concentrated. Emma was right. Somehow he could sense their mother's presence getting closer. They're coming for us, he whispered in amazement. The stealth shuttle left Earth under cover of darkness. It was barely larger than a bus, painted black to blend with space. Inside, the rescue team prepared their equipment. William studied the alien ship's schematics they had created from satellite images. The maintenance hatch should be here, he pointed, if Dr. Murphy's calculations are correct. They are, Dr. Murphy said, adjusting his spacesuit. But we'll only have 40 seconds to get inside before it closes. And then we find our children, Lisa said, checking her medical supplies. Sam handed out weapons, special stun guns designed to work against unknown biology. Remember, we don't know what's waiting for us in there. Stay together and stay quiet. Kate finished programming her tablet. I've created a translation program based on the alien's message. It might help us understand any writing or commands we find. Colonel Foster took the pilot's seat. We're approaching the dark side of the moon. Sensors show the alien ship exactly where we predicted. The massive vessel came into view. It was unlike any spacecraft humans had built, more like a giant sea creature than a machine. Its surface rippled slightly as if breathing. Energy readings are increasing, Dr. Murphy said. The maintenance cycle is starting. Colonel Foster guided their shuttle toward the designated area. A small section of the alien ship began to move, creating an opening. Debris floated out into space. That's our door, Colonel Foster said. Get ready. The shuttle moved closer. When they were near enough, Sam attached a magnetic bridge between their door and the alien ship's opening. Go now, Colonel Foster ordered. I'll keep the shuttle hidden nearby. The team rushed across the magnetic bridge floating in zero gravity. William went first, then Sam, Kate, Dr. Murphy, and finally Lisa. Just as she entered, the alien hatch began closing. Move! Sam pulled her inside as the opening sealed behind them. They were in. The interior was dimly lit with a strange blue glow. The walls looked partly mechanical and partly organic, pulsing slightly like a heartbeat. Air readings are normal, Dr. Murphy whispered, checking his equipment. We can remove our helmets. As they took off their helmets, they noticed the gravity was similar to Earth's. The corridor stretched in both directions, curving gently. Which way? Lisa asked. Kate consulted her tablet. I'm detecting power signatures that way, she pointed left. Could be the central control area. And hopefully where they're keeping the children, William added. They moved cautiously down the corridor. Strange symbols covered the walls, shifting and changing as they watched. My translator is working on these, Kate whispered. They seem to be some kind of living computer system. Suddenly, the corridor in front of them began to change shape. The walls moved like liquid, forming a new passage. The ship is rearranging itself, Dr. Murphy said in awe. It's responding to our presence. Is it trying to trap us? Sam asked, readying his weapon. I don't think so, William said. Look, it's opening a path. The new passage led them deeper into the ship. As they walked, William felt something strange, a familiar sensation in his mind. Jack, he whispered. Lisa grabbed his arm. You feel it too? Our children, they're reaching out to us somehow. Kate looked at her equipment. I'm picking up unusual brain activity. It's like telepathic communication. The children must have developed this ability while captive, Dr. Murphy suggested. They're trying to help us. Then let's not keep them waiting, Sam said, leading them forward. What they didn't know was that Grievous had also sensed their arrival. In the central chamber, the alien collector watched them on a floating screen. Next to him, a smaller alien with similar features but silvery skin observed with interest. Humans, Grievous said in his clicking language. They are persistent. Perhaps they deserve to recover their young, the smaller alien suggested. That is not how the collection works, child, Grievous replied. We must determine if they are worthy of survival. And if they are? Grievous's compound eyes shifted. Then we face a difficult choice. Deep within the ship, Jack felt his parents getting closer. He gathered his mental strength and reached out to all the children. They're here, he told them. Now we show them the way. The rescue team moved deeper into the alien ship. The walls around them pulsed with blue light. Strange sounds echoed through the corridors, clicks and hums unlike anything on Earth. Which way now? Sam asked, his weapon ready. Kate checked her tablet. The signals are stronger to the right. I think the children are that way. They turned into a wider passage. The floor beneath them felt soft, almost like walking on flesh rather than metal. Dr. Murphy touched the wall carefully. Fascinating, he whispered. The ship is partially alive. These aren't just machines, they're grown. Stay focused, William reminded him. We need to find the central chamber. Lisa closed her eyes for a moment. I can feel them better now. Jack and Emma, they know we're here. The team continued forward until they reached a junction where 3 corridors met. As they hesitated, the lights in the right passage brightened slightly. I think the children are trying to guide us, Lisa said. They followed the brightened path. Behind them, unknown to the team, small floating objects began to emerge from the walls. Each was about the size of a baseball with a glowing red center. These were Grievous's hunter drones designed to find intruders. Jack concentrated harder than he ever had before. He reached out with his mind, connecting with all the human children at once. Focus on the lights, he told them. Show them the safe path. Emma added her strength to his. Together they managed to brighten certain corridors while dimming others. In his transparent cell, Jack's nose began to bleed from the effort. Zara noticed his distress. You are hurting yourself, she warned. It doesn't matter, Jack replied. My parents are coming. I have to help them. Let me assist you, Zara offered. Her silvery skin began to glow slightly as she joined her mental power with his. With Zara's help, Jack found he could do more than just control lights. He could sense where Grievous's drones were moving. There are machines following our parents, he told the other children. We need to distract them. Throughout the ship, captured children focused their minds on different systems. Temperature controls fluctuated. Doors opened and closed randomly. The living walls of the ship quivered in confusion. In the central control room, Grievous noticed the disturbances. The specimens are causing trouble, he clicked to his smaller companion. Activate the containment protocols. Father, the smaller alien said, perhaps we should observe how they coordinate. It is unusual. Your interest in these humans concerns me, Zara, Grievous replied. Remember our purpose. Meanwhile, the rescue team encountered their first real obstacle, a large circular door blocking the corridor. I can't hack this, Kate said after trying. It's not responding to any commands. Sam examined the door carefully. We could try to force it, but that might alert the whole ship to our presence. As they considered their options, the door suddenly slid open on its own. They looked at each other in surprise. The children, Lisa whispered. They're helping us. They moved through the doorway into a vast chamber filled with strange equipment. Transparent tubes ran from floor to ceiling, carrying colorful liquids. In the center stood what looked like a control panel with no buttons, just glowing symbols that changed constantly. This must be some kind of laboratory, Dr. Murphy said. William approached the central panel. If I could understand how this works, maybe we could shut down the containment systems holding the children. Kate joined him, her tablet scanning the alien symbols. I'm getting partial translations. This seems to be a ship-wide monitoring station. It shows all the different sections. One of the symbols pulsed more brightly than the others. When Kate touched it, a three-dimensional image appeared above the panel, a map of the entire ship. One large chamber near the center glowed with hundreds of tiny lights. That has to be where they're keeping the children, William said. Sam pointed to their current location on the map. We need to go up 2 levels and across this main section. Just as they were memorizing the route, alarms began to sound. Red. Lights flashed throughout the chamber. We've been detected, Sam warned, raising his weapon. From all directions, small floating drones rushed into the room. Their red centers glowed menacingly as they surrounded the team. Don't move, Sam ordered. Everyone. These things might be motion sensitive. Dr. Murphy studied the drones with scientific curiosity despite the danger. They're scanning us, probably reporting back to the main control system. The drones hovered closer, forming a tight circle around them. Just as they seemed ready to attack, all the drones suddenly dropped to the floor, their lights fading. What happened? Lisa asked. Kate smiled in amazement. The children. They must have figured out how to disable the security systems. We need to move quickly, Sam urged. This advantage won't last long. They hurried from the laboratory, following the map Kate had memorized. They climbed through narrow passages and crossed wide chambers filled with alien technology. While they could feel the children's presence growing stronger. Jack was exhausted but determined. Disabling the drones had taken all his strength and Zara's help. Many of the other children were also tired from their mental efforts. We can't keep this up much longer, he told Zara. You don't need to, she replied. They are very close now, but there is something you should know. My father will not give up easily. Your father? Jack asked in confusion. Grievous. I am his offspring. I was placed among the specimens to learn about them. Jack felt betrayed. You've been helping him all along? No, Zara said firmly. I have been learning truth. What my father does is wrong. Taking young ones from their families causes pain. I see this now. Before Jack could respond, the mental connection between them suddenly strengthened. Through Zara's mind, he could see what was happening in the control room. Grievous was angry. His massive form moved rapidly between control panels. The humans have disabled the hunter drones. How is this possible? The image shifted, and Jack could see a large screen showing the rescue team. They were now just 1 level below the central chamber where all the children were kept. Father, please, Zara's voice came through the vision. These humans show remarkable abilities. They coordinate across great distances. They adapt quickly. Perhaps they deserve to be studied differently. Silence, Grievous commanded. I will handle this myself. Jack broke the connection, returning to his own mind. He reached out to his sister and the other children. "Our parents are almost here," he told them. "But Grievous is coming too. We need to be ready." The rescue team reached the final entrance to the central chamber. It was a massive door, larger than any they had seen before. "This is it," William said. "Our children are on the other side." The door was too complex for Kate to hack and too strong for Sam to force open. As they searched for a way through, Lisa placed her hand against the surface. "Jack, Emma," she whispered. "We're here." On the other side, hundreds of children floated in their transparent cells. Jack and Emma Carter focused all their remaining mental energy on the door that separated them from their parents. Slowly, with great effort, the massive door began to open. The massive door opened slowly. The rescue team stood ready, weapons raised, not knowing what awaited them. When the gap was wide enough, they slipped through into the central chamber. What they saw left them speechless. The chamber was enormous, larger than a football stadium. Floating in the air were hundreds of transparent cells. Each cell held a child suspended in a gentle blue light. Some were human children. Others were clearly from different worlds, with extra limbs, unusual skin, colors, or strange features. "Jack, Emma!" Lisa called out, scanning the cells frantically. William touched her arm and pointed upward. Near the center of the chamber floated two cells side by side. Inside were Jack and Emma Carter. "Mom, Dad?" Jack's voice somehow reached them, not through his ears, but directly in their minds. "They can communicate telepathically," Dr. Murphy explained in amazement. "The alien environment must have activated dormant abilities in the human brain." "How do we get them down?" Sam asked, studying the cells. Kate approached what looked like a control panel. "If I can hack into this system, maybe I can release them all at once." "Be careful," William warned. "We don't want to harm them in the process." As Kate worked, Lisa maintained mental contact with her children. "Are you hurt? Did they harm you?" "We're okay, Mom," Emma replied in her mind. "The alien didn't hurt anyone. He just wanted to study us." "There are children from many worlds here," Jack added. "Some have been here for years." Dr. Murphy examined the nearest cell containing a child with blue skin and large eyes. "Remarkable. This appears to be a living museum of intelligent species." Suddenly, all the lights in the chamber turned red. A deep rumbling sound filled the air. At the far end of the chamber, a hidden door slid open. Through it stepped Grievous. The alien collector was even more intimidating in person than on the video. He stood 12 feet tall, his chitinous exoskeleton gleaming in the red light. His 4 arms ended in hands with 7 fingers each. His compound eyes reflected the humans like hundreds of tiny mirrors. "Humans," Grievous said, his voice vibrating the air around them. "You are persistent creatures." Sam aimed his weapon at the alien. "Release the children. All of them." Grievous made a sound that might have been laughter. "Your primitive weapons cannot harm me. I have collected specimens from worlds far more advanced than yours." "Why are you doing this?" William asked, stepping forward. "Why take children from their families?" "To preserve," Grievous replied. "Each species in my collection faces extinction. On their home world, I save what I can." "That's not true for humans," Dr. Murphy argued. "Our population is stable." "Is it?" Grievous moved closer, his movements unnaturally smooth for his size. "My analysis of your data networks indicates your species will destroy itself within 100 years. Wars, climate collapse, resource depletion. The pattern is clear." "You can't know that for certain," Lisa said. "I have seen it before. Many times." Grievous gestured to the cells around them. "These young ones are the last of their kind. In time, your children will be too." William shook his head. "Even if you're right, that doesn't give you the right to take our children against their will." "Will?" Grievous tilted his massive head. "What is the will of a species determined to end itself? I offer salvation." As they argued, Kate continued working on the control panel. She caught William's eye and nodded slightly. She had found a way into the system. You speak of saving us, William said, keeping Grievous's attention. But you threatened our world with chaos if we didn't surrender. How is that salvation? Grievous's outer shell rippled, perhaps showing emotion. A necessary deception. Few species willingly give up their young even to save them. Father, a new voice called out. Everyone turned to see one of the cells descending toward them. Inside was Zara, her silvery skin glowing softly. These humans deserve to be heard. Zara. Grievous sounded surprised. What are you doing in containment? Learning, she replied. As you instructed. I have learned much from these humans, especially from Jack. The cell containing Jack descended next to Zara's. The boy looked tired, with dried blood beneath his nose from his mental efforts. The children have formed a network, Zara explained. They communicate across the ship. They work together in ways our kind never could. Cooperation, Grievous said dismissively. A primitive survival trait. Is it? Zara challenged. They disabled your hunter drones. They guided their parents here, all without technology, using only their minds. Grievous seemed to consider this. An interesting adaptation, but not enough to change their fate. While they talked, Kate had finished her work on the control panel. She looked at Sam and nodded. It was time. Sam raised his weapon again. Enough talk. Release the children now, or we'll do it ourselves. Grievous moved with shocking speed for his size. One moment he stood across the chamber. The next he was directly in front of Sam, knocking the weapon from his hands. You still do not understand, Grievous said. You cannot defeat me. Maybe not, William said calmly, but we can disable your ship. At his signal, Kate activated her program. Throughout the chamber, cells began to open. Children floated gently to the floor, free from their captivity. Jack and Emma's cells opened too, and they rushed to their parents. Grievous roared in anger, the sound painfully loud. What have you done? The containment systems maintain the specimen's health. Without them, many will not survive. Dr. Murphy quickly checked the nearest alien child. He's right. Some of these species need special environments. They can't breathe. Our air. Lisa, holding Emma tightly, looked at the other alien children with concern. We can't save our children by dooming others. We won't, William promised. He turned to Grievous. Stop threatening Earth, let our children go. In return, we'll help you maintain the others who truly need protection. Grievous seemed confused by the offer. You would help after what I've done? That's what humans do, Jack said, standing tall despite his exhaustion. We help each other, we work together. That's why we'll survive. Zara approached her father. The boy speaks truth. I have seen it in their minds. Humans fight hardest when protecting others, not just themselves. A terrible rumbling shook the ship, stronger than before. Warning lights flashed everywhere. The ship's systems are failing, Grievous said. Without proper containment, the living components are dying. Can you fix it? William asked urgently. Not alone, Grievous admitted. The ship responds to my kind's mental commands, but the damage is too extensive. Jack looked at the other human children, then at Zara. Maybe not alone, but together? Zara understood immediately. A mental network, like you formed before. If enough minds focus together, it might work, Grievous conceded, but I cannot ask that of my specimens. You don't have to ask, Jack said. We'll volunteer. The ship shook violently. Parts of the ceiling began to break loose. The rescue team gathered the human children in the center of the chamber, trying to protect them from falling debris. What's your plan, Jack? William asked his son. Jack looked, tired but determined. If we all focus our minds together like we did before, we might be able to help Grievous control the ship. It's dangerous, Zara warned. The mental strain could harm you. We have to try, Jack insisted. We can't let anyone die, not even the aliens. Emma stepped forward. I'll help too. One by one, the other human children joined them. They formed a circle in the center of the chamber, holding hands. The alien children who could breathe the air joined them as well. Grievous watched with what seemed like surprise. You would risk yourselves for others after what I've done? This is what makes humans special, Dr. Murphy explained. We can forgive. We can work together even with those who have harmed us. Zara took her place next to Jack in the circle. I will guide them, Father. My mind can bridge yours with theirs. Grievous hesitated, then nodded his massive head. Very well. The alien collector closed his compound eyes and extended his 4 arms toward the children. Zara began to glow with a soft silver light. One by one, the children closed their eyes too. William, Lisa, Sam, Kate, and Dr. Murphy watched in amazement as a web of light seemed to form between all the children. It connected them to each other, to Zara, and finally to Grievous. What's happening? Lisa whispered. They're linking their minds, Dr. Murphy said in awe, creating a unified mental field powerful enough to interface with the ship's systems. Through the mental link, Jack could feel everyone's thoughts. Emma's love and courage, Zara's wisdom beyond her years, the fear and hope of the alien children, and deep within Grievous's mind, something unexpected, profound loneliness. You're the last of your kind, Jack realized. Yes. Grievous's mental voice replied. My world died centuries ago. I am the only survivor. That's why you collect children, Jack understood now. You're trying to save others from your fate. Each species in my collection faced extinction on their worlds. I have saved the last of 17 civilizations. As they spoke mentally, the children focused their combined power on the ship's systems. Broken connections repaired themselves. Dying tissues regenerated. The violent shaking began to subside. It's working, Kate said, checking her tablet. The ship is stabilizing. The lights returned to their normal blue color. The fallen debris stopped. The rumbling quieted to a gentle hum. Through their mental link, Jack showed Grievous images of Earth, not just the problems, wars, pollution, and conflict, but also the beauty and hope, people working together to solve climate change, nations cooperating in space, communities helping each other after disasters. We make mistakes, Jack admitted, but we learn from them. We grow. We don't need to be taken from our world to be saved. Grievous seemed to consider this. His mental presence felt less certain than before. What about the truly endangered? He asked. Some in my collection are indeed the last of their kind. William stepped forward, addressing Grievous directly. Perhaps there's another way. Instead of taking children against their will, you could work with worlds openly. Help those truly in danger. Be a guardian, not a collector. A guardian, Grievous repeated, as if the concept was new to him. The mental link began to fade as the children grew tired. Jack was the last to break the connection. He swayed on his feet, exhausted. Lisa rushed to catch him before he fell. You did it, she whispered proudly, holding him close. The ship had stabilized completely now. The rescue team gathered all the human children, checking each one for injuries. Thankfully, none had been seriously harmed during their captivity. Grievous approached William, his massive form less intimidating somehow. Your son has shown me something I had forgotten, the power of choice, of cooperation. Will you let us take our children home? William asked. Yes, Grievous decided. The human children may return to Earth. I will assist in returning other species to their worlds as well, if they wish to go. And those who truly have no home? Dr. Murphy asked, looking at some of the alien children whose worlds were gone. They may stay if they choose, Grievous said. Not as specimens, but as... He seemed to search for the right word. Family. Zara stepped to her father's side. We can create a true sanctuary, a place where endangered species can live and grow, not just survive. Colonel Foster's voice suddenly came through Sam's communication device. Rescue team, the alien ship is moving. Are you all right? We're fine, Sam replied. We have the children, all of them, and we've reached an understanding with the alien. Can you get to the evacuation point? The shuttle is waiting. Sam looked at William, who nodded. We're on our way. As they prepared to leave, Jack turned to Zara. Will I ever see you again? I believe so, she replied. Our minds have touched. That connection doesn't break easily. Perhaps we could visit sometimes, Grievous offered unexpectedly. There is much our worlds could learn from each other. The human children said goodbye to their alien friends. Grievous provided a transport pod to carry everyone safely to the shuttle. As they boarded, William looked back at the massive alien. Remember your promise, he said. No more taking children against their will. You have my word, Grievous replied. And I will withdraw the ultimatum to your world. Earth is free to choose its own path. The pod carried them to the waiting shuttle. Through the viewport they watched as the alien ship moved away from the moon, its surface rippling like something alive. Colonel Foster greeted them as they boarded the shuttle. I don't know how you did it, but well done. The world leaders are still arguing about whether to surrender or attack. They can stop arguing, William said with a smile. The threat is over. The shuttle began its journey back to Earth. The children, exhausted from their ordeal, slept peacefully. Jack and Emma curled up between their parents, finally safe. Before falling asleep, Jack gazed out at the stars. Through the fading mental link, he could still feel Zara's presence. Goodbye for now, he thought to her. Until we meet again. Her reply came faintly. Remember, Jack Carter of Earth, you have shown us a better way. As Earth came into view, blue and beautiful against the blackness of space, William and Lisa held their children close. The adventure was over, but its impact would last forever. Humanity had faced an alien collector and shown him something more valuable than specimens and cells. The power of working together, of family, and of choosing one's own fate. And somewhere among the stars, Grievous and Zara began transforming their collection into a true sanctuary, inspired by the courage of Earth's children.